message here on the telephone, 'cause we've no idea when we're coming home. Any place we wander to, any season we go through, I'll be fine as long as I'm with you. Heaven knows, running round the world with you. When you smile, I smile too. How I ever made it without you. Heaven knows, heaven knows. I feel the weather changing, better get out soon. Don't let go of my hand, no matter what you do. Well, I'm here for you, through the thick and thin. We're on a winding road that never ends. Any place we wander to, any season we go through, I'll be fine as long as I'm with you. Heaven knows, heaven knows. Running round the world with you. When you smile, I smile too. How I ever made it without you. Heaven knows, heaven knows.
Hi! Here we are again, live again. I'm Kate. That's Colby. We're happy you're here. That's, me and pointing. That's Ben.
Just point in real life. Ignore what you see there.
That's a good idea. That's Matthew. Look at Matthew's, look at Matthew.
Look at Matthew.
Get closer.
Stop it.
Matthew's coordinating makeup and shirt today are fire. Hi. You wanna lead us?
Oh, sure. Yeah, great. Welcome
Colby
to
hates
Sojourn.
how unprofessional I am in these moments.
It's not about unprofessionalism. Welcome to Sojourn Grace. Our mission here is wholeness, fostering spiritual, social, and emotional wholeness. And we are delighted to be here live with you today as we move into our time together with music and prayers and communion. And we've got someone visiting us from out of state to do the call to worship here in just a minute. We're going to continue
Don't you love our global
I
community?
love our global
So
community.
cool.
We've got Germany
Someone's
in the
in
house.
Germany
What's
here
up,
today.
Olaf? We've got several new folk with us.
Our Nottingham
So
family's
glad-
here.
Oh, England is here.
UK.
We've got Australia. Always here. I didn't mean to make us sad. Always here. Can't get rid of him. It's just always here. Probably because it's his house we're at. Okay. Anyway, here's a book
Fair.
that recently came out called A Rhythm of Prayer. It's edited by Sarah Bessey, and it's a compilation of a bunch of really beautiful, lovely, wonderful prayers. And I just wanted to read this one as we started our time together yesterday. Kate and I took 3 of our 4 children out on a little jaunt around San Diego, reminding ourselves that we live in a beautiful city and that there's a world out there, and that eventually we're going to reintegrate with the world. And there was a lot of humans. We went to Balboa Park, and there's just a lot of humans. Anyway, I read this prayer this morning, and it just landed with me like, oh yeah, this last year plus has been a unique season in many ways, really sort of battening down the hatches in terms of how many people I've been around, and I just had to really sort of love on maybe
There's a phrase you
8
don't hear
people.
every day.
And as we move into interacting with the rest of the world, this is a reminder to, it's called A Prayer to Learn to Love the World Again. So maybe if you would, just take a deep breath in with me. And out. Sarah writes this. God of herons and heartbreak, teach us to love the world again. Teach us to love extravagantly, knowing it will break our hearts, and teach us that it's worth it. God of pandemics and suffering ones, teach us to love the world again. God of loneliness and longing, of bushfires and wilderness, of soup kitchens and border towns, of snowfall and children, teach us to love the world again. Amen. Welcome to Sojourn.
Morning. This week at Heathen Happy Hour we did Enneagram 4s, and we actually dropped this song into the set because I've loved this song ever since one of my friends introduced me to it. A song called Floodplain by Sarah Groves. And so it goes out to all the people I think who are sitting right in the crux of all of their emotions and all the crux of the deep things they hold and the deep richness of life experience. I think it goes great off the back of that prayer.
Some hearts are built on a floodplain, keeping one eye on the sky for rain. You work for the ground that gets washed away when you live closer. Closer to the life in the ebb and flow, closer to the edge of I don't know, closer to that's the way it goes. Some hearts are built on a floodplain. And it's easy to high on high love. Look down and ask when you've had enough. You have the sense to come on up. Will you stay closer? Closer to the danger and the rolling deep, closer to the run and the losing streak. What brings us to our knees? Some hearts live there. To madness, and the water it spreads like sadness, and there's no high ground, and there's no high ground. Closer to the danger and the rolling deep, closer to the run and the losing streak. What brings us to our knees? Closer to the life in the ebb and flow, closer to the edge of I don't know, closer to Lord, please send a boat. Some hearts are built here.
One of the things that has been such a delight about moving to this virtual format and live streaming our services is how it has brought in a whole host of new people around the world. So while we're morning here in San Diego, there are those who are in the afternoon on the East Coast. There are those who are in the evening across the pond. And from time to time, we like to invite people from our community to join us for elements of our service, like what we're going to do next, which we call a call to worship, sort of a prayer setting of intention. And one individual who has found us during the pandemic and has been just a pure delight to have in our community for the last several months has been Mercy Morgan out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And so we welcome Mercy to church this morning. Good morning, Mercy.
Hi.
Yay, we can hear her.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yay, it worked.
Yes, you look wonderful. You sound wonderful. Mercy, it's just been so lovely to have you as part of our community these last few months. I'm so glad that you found us and we found you. And it's so fun to be able to put a face and a voice to the name and the profile picture that people have been seeing now for months. So Mercy, thanks for joining us this morning. Would you, I'm going to say, be the leader in this call to worship, even though as people can see, it starts with the all, which Kate and I. So you at home, read the all part with us. It's just those 4 words every slide about beginning again. And then Mercy will read out this prayer for us. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Good. Today we begin again.
As the sun rises or sets, and as we gather together in community across the globe, we draw our minds to new beginnings.
Today we begin again.
May fresh breath fill our lungs, fresh ideas fill our minds, and fresh dreams fill our hearts.
Today we begin again.
Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not yet here. We have now, this moment, and it is a gift. May we say yes to what is.
Today we begin again.
Grace means never-ending second chances. It lays to rest the past and moves ahead with courage and gratitude. Thank God for grace.
Today we begin again.
As today opens or draws to a close, may it bring new chances for life and love, fresh starts for peace and hope.
Today we begin again.
God, thank you for a new day. Your mercies are new every morning. May we release our regrets, forgive those who've wronged us, and make the brave choice to open ourselves up for what this day might bring. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Mercy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I love that. Today we begin again, and mercies are new every morning, and Mercy Morgan is here. And we picked the song. We had the song Floodplain already kind of in the set because we, as Ben said, we had done it earlier this week. And then I picked another song, and it was about water. And then we were like, let's just go with it. Let's just have a water theme in our music today. So it's just all about water today, folks. You might want to hear the guitar. Can't squeeze blood from the turnip. I hold my breath blue. I've waited and waited and waited on you. You do what you want, and I'll do what I can. I'm trying to keep faith in my fellow man. I have harvested nothing by turning to you. I try as I do. I bloodied my fist trying to fight for my plan. Oh, the damage I've done to my fellow man. Like a stone to the river that cannot be washed to the sea. Keep damming it up, but the pressure's too much and it all breaks free. Yeah, it all breaks free. I know that you want it, I can see in your face. It's a desperate reaching and trying to trace what some call delusion. I've seen it firsthand. It's the whispers of hope in my fellow man. Like a stone to the river that cannot be washed to the sea. We keep damming it up, but the pressure's too much and it all breaks free. Just like a stone to the river that cannot be washed to the sea. We keep damming it up, but the pressure's too much and it all breaks free. Yeah, it all breaks free. In the breath of the morning, where will you be? Waiting, you're waiting, please wait on me. I know it's not easy and I'm making my stand. I will try to keep faith in my fellow man.
Hi, it's my morning off, and here I am.
This is the fun,
I
silly
missed
part.
you so much, and I was like, yes, I do want to come do this. Plus, look at what I'm wearing.
Oh, I love it.
What are we gonna do?
This is the part of our service where it gets real weird. Are you ready?
It could go either way.
What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
And don't make it weird. This is a public place, and people can see what you say. So be careful.
I mean, weird is kind of what we do, but let's maybe keep it brave and kind.
Yeah, there you go. Brave and kind is good. Brave but kind.
But kind.
What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
Gosh.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
I mean, it just immediately makes you think of spying, but like I don't really want to spy on people, but I kind of want to spy on
Here's
people.
the thing. Everybody's always like spying on people, snooping around, listening when people are talking, but that would be good. Like my worst nightmare is to know what people say about me when I'm not around.
True.
Like I think ignorance is for sure bliss on that front for me. I don't want to know.
Oh, but Wesley, that's so good. Take and eat lots of key lime pies, then haunt bullies and criminals.
Done. Wesley's answer is my answer. I'm taking it.
Me too.
Haunting bullies and criminals sounds amazing.
Sounds so good. Like I wonder if you haunt them the same way like ghosts haunt us, like knock things over randomly and like freak them out with.
I
all
would
kinds of, like,
completely-
right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I would go around and rearrange things like a ghost.
Yeah. I would like playful, friendly poltergeist prank
Yeah, pranks.
people. That would be really
Yes,
fun.
fun
But like
pranks.
the nicest poltergeist ever.
Yeah,
who,
kind
like, comes
pranks.
in and does
Nothing that's like gonna
does fun things at your house.
traumatize you, but
No.
unless it's the bullies and criminals. That's amazing.
I would walk around a big oh. Listen, that's real though.
Oh, that is so my answer. Yes.
Just like do all of the
Oh,
all of the
Amanda,
goofy things.
yes, that is great.
Yeah.
Like enjoy all of the busy public places that stress me out and not have to worry about being seen.
Just
That's
not
my
being
worst.
seen.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you,
Yeah.
Bill. I also might borrow some money from a bank.
We just probably go borrow plants from somewhere.
Yeah, I would borrow plants.
These plants will be
Watching baseball.
That'd be a
game
fun way
from
to be a
on the field.
poltergeist.
Oh, that's fun. I really like Mitchell's because not because I would do that with baseball, but just like basically getting closer to a fun event.
Yeah.
But without anybody knowing,
That'd
you know,
be
where
fun.
you would normally be like shooed off of there. Like maybe you could be on stage
Yeah,
while the
we-
Indigo
I'd go
Girls
be
are
in shows.
performing.
Yeah. Guess what? I'm in the show.
You go on the touring of Rent.
Yeah, I would figure out where the Rent tour is,
Turns out
and I
this
would
question is
join the
fun.
cast of Rent without them knowing that I had joined the cast of Rent. It'd be great.
Like singing their ear every now and then.
I'd be the ghost of Angel. It'd be perfect.
Ooh, sneak into museums. Yes, yes. I love it. At first, I was like, "This question's boring."
No,
'cause,
it's
like,
great.
what would you do?
There's
and then
lots of
y'all
things you
showed
can
up.
do.
Yeah. I like it. I
Okay,
like
great.
it a
That
lot.
was more fun than I thought it was going
Yeah,
to be.
y'all took that to some great places. I think we've done that one before because my system is
Oh,
awesome.
fly for free. See, Eric's saying like you could sneak onto airplanes too, which is
It's true, because just because you're
Brilliant.
invisible doesn't mean you can fly. So you just still have to go places.
yeah.
Were you kind of thinking that
It
like
was.
if your body?
You're now a ghost who can just go anywhere, but that's not.
But if you're invisible, you just walk onto the plane,
Yeah.
right? And then you just
No,
go
but
where
he's
you
saying
want.
like the thought of being invisible first made him kind of think like floating, like
oh,
like
like
make
can
you
float.
fly. But he's realizing,
I mean, that
no,
would-
you still have gravity.
That would be better. So
Oh, well, this is kind of funny. It's basically what's your favorite color, but weirder. I mean, this
I
is
don't know. I don't know if I would want everything to be okay. So the question
Yeah.
is, if everything in your house had to be one color, what color would you choose? But I don't know if I would want everything to be my favorite color.
yeah, that is
I
interesting.
don't know if I
Huh?
would want to live surrounded by.
I think I would because my favorite color is blue, and,
And
so I
most
feel like
things in your
blue
house
is
are
what,
already
yeah,
blue.
exactly. Yes.
If
Yes.
everything in your house had to be one color, what color would you choose?
Or green because plants are green, and so it would all just feel
Do the
like
plants have to be the color? Someone in the comments decide what the rules are around that.
Oh
Like,
yeah, are we going outside
can-
of scientific possibility?
Can you have plants? Like, is it just like the pot has to be that color, but the plant can still be the color that a plant is?
I think that like staying within like just things that would be a
you don't have to
different color,
paint
right?
your
Like,
tree.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Then, yeah. Then probably white.
So I'm going with blue. Yeah, you would definitely do white.
I am what I
I
am.
love it. I am's what I
I
am.
would like to know if that includes food.
Nope.
No.
We're keeping things that are like
It
you
includes
normally wouldn't change their
Furniture,
color.
home
Yeah.
decor, walls, like everything that you would buy in the home section of Target.
Yep. We have made this a rule to the card.
But your
It's the
groceries can be
asterisk.
groceries. Purple.
Oh, Stephen
green.
feels my blue versus green, and so he chooses teal. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I like that. Okay, so shades of a single color is interesting. Like I was thinking that it would all have to be the same blue.
No, many different.
Well, then I want a color because that's more fun.
There you go.
Then I'm going with. I would probably go with pink in that context. I want like
Perfect.
rosy pinks and peaches and the color of the
That's
fireplace.
perfect for you.
How
Yeah.
does,
Yeah.
how does wood colored work, Mitchell?
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah.
Well, like yeah, like orange and reds. You know, wood tones. That makes sense to me. I like it a lot. It's a great.
Green, but lots of shades and hues. Green and blue are very popular colors.
Yeah,
Guys
I
like-
get that because they're soothing.
I just painted a whole labyrinth for myself on the laundry room wall in blue
Yes,
and
you
green.
did. Boring brown
Emerald
already
green.
that way. Y'all are fun.
James, we
Yes,
see
James,
you.
we're seeing your answers. I'm not sure why you're not seeing someone else's. Maybe try go to Sojourn Grace's Facebook page.
Yeah.
Maybe you're seeing an alternative
Oh.
stream somewhere. That is unusual.
Sea salt, which is super
Oh,
light
weird.
green.
Yeah,
I like
sorry
that.
about that. They're all popping up.
I'm a big fan of the sea glass color palette. Everybody's like ocean greens and blues.
Yeah,
I
y'all
love
are good
that.
at getting
It's
real
great.
specific. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've just, like, the whole time we've been doing this in my head, I have visualized an entire home in all shades of blue, and now I kind of want to just
Do that.
do that.
Ryan, it is not weird if you love gray. I would love to live in a gray house. A house
Yeah.
that was all different shades of
Gray's
gray.
great.
James,
50
It's
shades
not
of
50
gray.
shades. So then there's a red room and it gets really weird.
James, Susan suggests you can click
but it all
live chat.
belongs.
That might help.
See? This always gets weird.
Oh, thank you, Susan, for trying to help James.
Shiplap. Just, yeah, white and off-white.
Oh,
That's-
nice. Jesse's like, I'll follow the lead of Joanna Gaines and do white and off-white
Jesse,
everything.
have you watched,
I would shiplap, but It's the other comic.
Restored by the
So cute,
Fords.
Joanna
Jesse, have you seen any of that? Leanne Ford is my new Joanna Gaines. She is.
Love it. All right. We love y'all.
We do.
Thanks for joining us in this weird time of connection.
I was never here.
The sins of my father way down in my soul, and the pain of my mother will not let me go. Well, I know there can come fire from the sky to refine the purest of saints. Even though I know this fire brings me pain, even so, and just the same, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, oh, make it rain. The seed needs the water, or if it grows out of the ground, it just keeps getting harder, and the hunger more profound. Well, I know there can come tears from the eye, they may as well all be in vain. And even though I know these tears come with pain, even so, and just the same, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, oh, make it rain, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, oh, make it rain. All the seas are full of water, the stops by the shore. It's like the riches of grandeur, they never reach the poor. Let the clouds fill with thunderous applause, let the lightning be the veins, and fill the sky with all they can draw. When it's time to make a change, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, oh, make it rain, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, oh, make it rain, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, oh, make it rain, make it rain down, Lord, make it rain, no, make it rain.
I just heard that song for the first time this morning. It's lovely. Thank you, Ed Sheeran.
And he did an excellent job.
This is another original song. Karen wrote most of this song, so we're doing a couple of Karen songs this morning, and she's not here, but she's here. But she wrote this song sort of in answer to a friend who had kind of come through her life and kind of was wrestling with kind of how to let that person kind of go well and how to hold her boundaries and hold her shape as this kind of friendship ended. And this is a song about healthy boundaries, as we like to say around here. So it's called Building a Boat. As I am tired of treading water, and I have begged you not to drown. As I can't swim out any further, I can only hear the sound of the waves that break and of my worst mistake. You should know. Hate to go, but I am building a boat. I am leaving a lamplit. I am aiming for home. I'm hoping we'll find it. There is room for two. There's a place for you. You were always raging rivers. You go storming at the sea. The rain your hurricanes deliver. My love, it's killing me. We were all lost, and I will count the cost. You should know. I hate to go, but I am building a boat. I am leaving a lamplit. I am aiming for home. I'm hoping we'll find it. There is room for two. There's a place for you. I am building a boat. I am leaving a lamplit. I am aiming for home. I'm hoping we'll find it. There is room for two. There's a place for you. I am building a boat. You should know. I hate to go.
Trying to adjust the chair to be where I need it to be. Then I had to adjust the whole table, and it was a whole thing, y'all. Sorry, I thought it would take me 2 seconds, and instead, it did not. Hi. When I was 21 years old, I gave birth to my first child. It was only after more than a decade had passed that, looking backward at that experience, my first labor and delivery, that I was able to name why this incredibly transformative, entirely beautiful experience also had a lasting emotional impact on me that was incredibly difficult to traverse. You see, the entire birthing experience for me was chaotic. A big part of that was because we made zero preparations. Birthing preparations or classes I might take to prepare for the experience, support I wanted to have in place at the time, even things like who would be in the room or who would join in the waiting room, and did I want music or television or certain scents. I just shrugged my shoulders at all of that. There were absolutely none plans made for the first birthing experience of mine. No choices expressed. And as such, the space in which I gave birth, it was chaos. No one knew what I wanted or how best to support me. I didn't know what I wanted or how best to support me. At the time, I was young, and I was also already trauma-ridden, and mostly, though, I knew nothing about the practice of intentionally curating space for myself. 3 more births followed the first fairly closely, and with each one, I continued to put little to no effort into deciding what kind of space I would give birth in. And so while those experiences sure got a little better each time, they were still all pretty chaotic, and I had a really hard time emotionally processing them. With each one, I was left with what I can only describe as this overwhelming feeling of like, what just happened? Rewind my life story years before my first birthing experience, and I had my first experience with death. My mother passed in her bedroom at our home after many years of illness. And there was, yet again, little, if any, intention around how that space, that dying space, was curated. No one got together to talk about what support would be needed. There were no intentional decisions made ahead of time about who would be in the room or how we wanted to walk through that experience together. It just happened to us. Birthing and dying are 2 experiences of great and lasting consequence, right? They're transformative experiences. And I had them at a time in my life when I didn't yet know anything about curating space and building structures of support. My children were born into the world. That still happened, right? And my mother passed from this world. Those truths, they're unchanged. Those events, they were happening no matter what, right? But my experience of those events and the lasting impact on my life, well, there was a lot of room for those experiences to be different. No matter what, birthing and dying hold within them severe pain, great difficulty, grief, loss, struggle. But pain and struggle, they don't have to be traumatic, and they don't have to lead to suffering. And in fact, they can breed connection, grounding, growth, beauty, healing, and wholeness. I'm choosing to share these vulnerable experiences of birthing and dying with you today because for me, I think they so poignantly and accurately get at some deep truths about what we're doing here at Sojo. And they also hold within them an invitation for all of us as we work together to create a culture of belonging. Last week, we launched our series on It All Belongs. And we explained that our sweet little catchphrase that we have, it all belongs, it's just shorthand for describing what we're all about here, which is building an ethos of belonging, a culture whose spirit and intention behind everything else we do is belonging. We live on this earth in community, period, right? That truth is inescapable. Humans everywhere. But our experience of that, of living life together, it can be so different if we learn to intentionally curate spaces of belonging where we build structures of support. Living in community will inherently involve pain, struggle, loss, grief, great difficulty. And it can be how we grow and how we heal. It can be beautiful and life-giving. It can be grounding and healing. Can foster wholeness. I now know what birthing and dying experiences can be like when structures of support are in place and when the space is intentionally curated. And I see here at Sojo what community can be like when structures of support are in place and the space is intentionally curated. One gorgeous, life-altering way that the work of birthing and dying can be done in this way, with intentional curating of space and the building of structures of support, is through the role of the doula. A doula is a support person trained in the needs of the person or people going through the transformative experience like birth or death. A doula will help you curate the space where the birthing and dying takes place. And in so doing, they drastically reduce harm and trauma. And they increase the connection, growth, and beauty that can be found in these experiences. Doulas support the full process of birthing and dying so that folks are able to freely move through each stage, including grief and struggle. At Sojourn Grace Collective, we are birthing a new way of being in the world. We're birthing an ethos of belonging. And at Sojourn Grace Collective, we are letting old patterns, old systems, old theologies, and religious and societal structures that actively work against belonging, we're letting those die. We are a group of people undergoing great transformation. So, like the birthing room and the dying room, we act as doulas, belonging doulas. Every time someone starts engaging in our community here, they are letting something else die. A way of thinking, a way of being. And I do want to be really clear that I'm not just speaking to our crowd of folks who come from spiritually abusive backgrounds or religious trauma. Those of you who didn't ever go through that specific experience, you still live in our society, which overall does not have an ethos of belonging, and in fact, in so many ways, actively works against a culture of belonging. And so we are all dying to that way of being and birthing a new way. Communal living is just happening. We're all together in this. But belonging takes intention. It takes great care, planning, pruning, course correcting, navigating, tough decision-making, and fierce protecting of the space. This morning, I want to quickly touch on just 3 specific aspects of being belonging doulas that are vital to creating this ethos of belonging. We obviously could talk a lot about, for a long time, all of the ways in which we can be belonging doulas and what that looks like. But I've narrowed it down to just 3 specific ways this morning. And I landed on these 3 things that are important to being belonging doulas based off of those birthing and death experiences I told you about and how they were chaotic and traumatic. And I looked at them and I assessed what I think was most missing that led to those lasting, difficult emotional experiences. And so these are the 3 things that I think were most lacking in those experiences and that I see us really leaning into here at Sojourn as belonging doulas. The first is this: everyone is a doula. We take turns. Colby and I are not the doulas, or not the only doulas. We are all here to walk each other home to ourselves, to support each other through the birthing of a whole new way of walking through the world, to stand vigil as we let everything that must die pass away. This is a give and take, back and forth, be on the lookout for who needs a doula and step up when it's time sort of job. Secondly, a belonging doula protects the space. In curating spaces with an ethos of belonging, protecting the space is a paradoxical sort of practice that's required. Because if we said it all belongs in a flippant, allowing of whatever sort of way, and who cares, it all belongs, doesn't matter what we say or what we do, if that were the sentiment behind it all belongs, we wouldn't actually be fostering a community with an ethos of belonging. It all belongs is not an allowance of anything. It is, rather, a prophetic anthem we sing in hopes of reaching our ultimate goal of belonging for all. In order for everyone to experience belonging, not everything can be allowed in the space. Like our birthing and dying metaphors, there are things not allowed in the room when a doula helps someone curate a birthing or a dying space, because some things are antithetical to those processes, actively working against them. And so those things can't be allowed. So a belonging doula fiercely protects the space. And lastly, a belonging doula normalizes experiences. To continue with our birthing and dying metaphors, there are all kinds of aspects of dying and birthing that, while those processes are entirely natural, the experiences within them are disturbing. And one of the most profound roles of a doula is to normalize those experiences so that a person can move through the process emotionally and not get stuck. In the movie A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Fred Rogers is sitting in a room with a family who's preparing for a death. He's in a dying room, and I think he gorgeously acts as a doula. He says to the family, dying is human, and anything human is mentionable, and anything mentionable is manageable. Our human experiences become unmanageable in a society unwilling and incapable of mentioning them. So the belonging doula normalizes human experiences so that the person can freely emotionally process them. We take turns, we protect the space, and we normalize our experiences. These are just 3 of the beautiful ways in which I see you acting as a belonging doula in our community. This morning, as we wrap up, I just want to take a quick meditative moment as we think about this idea of being doulas who foster an ethos of belonging. So the first thing that I invite you to do this morning is to pause, take a deep breath, and I want you to visualize a time, maybe in your time in this community here at Sojo, but maybe it's some other time in your life when someone acted as a doula for you. Did they fiercely protect the space for you or normalize one of your experiences? And I just want you to take a moment to pause around that experience. How did that feel for you? What did that help you walk through and process? What did that mean to you? Can you go back to that time and hold just a moment of gratitude for the way that someone acted as a belonging doula for you? Spend a moment thanking them in your heart, and maybe later today you go back and just remind that person of what they did for you and thank them for the way that they curated space for you and built a structure of support for you. And lastly, I invite you to take a moment to see yourself in that role. Can you think of a specific moment when you acted as doula for someone else? What was that like for you? To sit with someone in that kind of space, in that kind of transformative moment in community. Did that do for you to be in that role? And can you just take a moment to hold space for yourself in that, to name it as what it was, as such a transformative moment for someone else, to allow yourself to feel gratitude for the way that you were able to step into that role. And maybe later this week, ask yourself, how can I continue to inhabit that role of doula in my community, to protect the space, to take my turn, to normalize experiences for others? Oh, that's okay. May we continue practicing together, becoming belonging doulas. In a world that conditions us to be separate and opposed, may we intentionally curate spaces and structures of support where belonging is our ethos. them.
Hello,
It's always like
hello.
are we going to be able to hear them? Yay!
As you can see, if you're with us, today we'll be led by Robert and Michelle. Oh, sorry, Emma, I didn't know you were joining. Your names didn't make it on the screen.
Yes, it's
There's
me also.
Awesome, the whole Nickel clan.
Hi, beautiful family.
Thanks for leading us this morning. We'll let you take it from here.
Okay. This is my beautiful daughter, Emma. She has some things to say.
Oh, so about communion. When we came to this church, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a pretty long time ago. One of my favorite things about it was communion because it was a tradition that I knew was really special and holy, but I felt like it was kind of not everyone was included, and I thought that was what made it special. But I realized that when more people were included, it was even more special because everyone got to experience it, but it was just as good. So that's all I have to say. Communion time.
You're a beloved child of God.
So
Take
good.
whatever is holy and in your space and partake.
We have homemade sourdough and grape juice, so we're very close to the traditional
yeah.
right now. But you guys, you do you.
That's right.
And remember to drop it in the comments because we enjoy all the differences in our community.
This sourdough is basically just out of the oven like less than 10 minutes ago, though. So
We're sorry.
I'm sad
Oh
you
my
guys.
gosh.
I'm also
Sure.
sorry about that.
Put a little bit up for you. And when you're ready, with grateful heart, partake of whatever beverage you have because it's holy.
It's just so yummy.
Look at their cute
Grape
little...
juice. I'm 7 years old in my conservative Christian place with them. When we drink grape juice.
Love it.
Thank you for letting us be on.
Thank you
Thanks
for
leading
coming.
us.
We
Love
love you.
you.
We miss you so much. Come back.
Love you,
Thanks, Nickel
fam.
family.
Krispy Kreme.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
So good.
Emma
Also,
made me
what is
cry.
this
Karen,
communion platter that Karen made
takes
for
a break
us?
from singing and then comes downstairs with this amazing communion platter. So
And we used blood orange juice freshly squeezed from our tree this morning.
so good.
I couldn't find any other jar, so I had this giant.
It's like this much juice.
It all belongs, baby. All right, one more song and then we'll wrap this up.
When you are tired, when you're all alone, peace is a river, it's distant and cold. There in the mesa, there on the wind, there like a promise is where you begin. Water and fire quiet my soul. Look to the mountains, be still and know. And all you need, and all that you owe is water and fire, it's heaven and home. When you are waiting, you are alone. Joy is a fountain, weary to flow. There on the desert, there in the deep, there like the sacred, dark secrets you keep. to the mountains, be still and know all you need, all that you want is water and fire, is heaven home. If love is an ocean, then all that I know is lead and I'll follow. Where you go, I'll go.
Oh, what a lovely, lovely morning / afternoon / evening to be all together. Thank you so much, Emma and Robert and Michelle. And thank you earlier at the top of the gathering, Mercy Morgan, which BT Dubs, Mercy, no, I don't know if you saw Robert Nickel post.
I want to know if it's purposeful.
Okay, so Robert Nickel posted a comment that Morgan, Mercy's last name Morgan, in German means morning.
So she literally is Mercy's are new every morning.
Mercy's are new every morning.
Did you get
Mercy,
that name on purpose for that?
Is that by design? Is that BD?
So freaking cool.
Or is
I
that
said,
Axie?
I want that name. I want that name so
It's a
bad.
great name. So that's fun. All right. While we wait for people to respond to that, we got a few house notes.
Look at you, cute.
First is this. If you would like to help support the mission of Sojourn Grace, you can do so at the Joy Box. Woo!
Oh my God! I pointed this way, but I
look,
was
there's a picture
trying to
of it.
point at the picture of the Joy Box.
So
I will never be cured.
when we meet in person, we have that potato box there that we call the Joy Box. And every time it is said, people woo. And it is the way to invite those of you who believe in and want to support the mission of Sojourn Grace to do so. You can do that online at sojourngrace.com/donate. Or recently, we started accepting Venmo payments at Sojourn Grace. So thank you for those of you who support this mission. It means the world to us to have you partner with us in this fostering of wholeness and this building of a community of belonging doulas. How amazing was that, by the way, that spiritual nugget? Thank
Totally,
you.
Mercy. I love that it's your chosen name. That's gorgeous. But did you choose it for that reason? Is what
Mercy's
I'm curious about.
Morning.
Did
Mercy
you do
morning,
it to
morning.
mean Mercies are new every morning?
All right.
But I love that you chose that name for yourself. That's
The
so
next note is about small groups. Do you want to give a little update?
Small
That's
groups?
why I put.
cool. Okay.
I think that would be small
Might be
groups.
overkill if we started. Oh my God. Okay, the update is this. Y'all want virtual groups still, probably because I looked through the list. I'm like, oh, none of these people live in San Diego. That's why. So the virtual group is awesome. I'm jealous. I wish I was leading the virtual group now because your group is so cool. Yeah, Colby gets to lead the group. It's so rad. I'm so excited for y'all who are doing that. We've got people in LA and Minneapolis and Texas and Washington and just all over the place. So cool. So the virtual group is big. And are you putting a cap on that? You just gonna keep letting everybody?
I don't know. There's 11 of us right now. If maybe we'll put a couple more in there, but at some
Okay.
point it gets a bit much.
Yeah, right? Because then everybody doesn't
Yeah.
get a chance to share and it just gets too much. So that group's filling up real fast. And then the other group that's filling up really fast is the All Vaxxed PB group. That is going to be a beautiful group as well. The other groups, or I should say my group, really. One of them I think is a location issue, but my group is meant to be for the outdoor folks. So the group that's not quite ready for the all vaxxed, we can just do whatever loosey-goosey, but the one that will kind of start out just outdoors and then move. People said they wanted that in the survey and then no one's signing up for it. So I will say that I just want to be real awkward and just explicitly name. If it's an issue of like, oh, we said we want outdoor, but then we saw that like it's overkill and it's outdoor and masked and distance and we don't want that. We just have to be careful as an organization and we just want you to feel safe. So we can adjust. The group can be whatever it needs to be. We can all have consent and say over how we want the group to be formed. The point is it's just going to be safe. That's the point. But after that, we all get to make decisions about how we make that happen. So if that's keeping you from signing up, sign up. It's going to be on my deck. It's going to be so much fun. So If that's stopping you at all, join my group. But if that's not what it is, cool too. I'll join the virtual group if no one signs up for my group, because your group is gonna be fun. We'll just co-lead it and then anyway. But I'd love to sit out on my deck with you too. It'd be beautiful. Okay, that's all I have to say about small groups. Yes, Karen. Okay, Karen's gonna join my group on the deck. Karen and I are just gonna hang out on my deck. We'll just build fires and watch birds and drink wine.
So nothing's changed then.
So exactly. So Karen and I are going to keep doing our life, and y'all are welcome to join.
Yes, Laura, signups are in the Facebook group already, and as well as the newsletter. It's gone out a couple weeks, so
yeah,
that
I'll
information is
repost it in
there.
the sanctuary just because the sanctuary can get full and weird. So I'll reboot all that for you.
And then yes, Sammy, Alyssa, and Vicky's group is happening. It's just they're full. There's no openings, so that's why we didn't put it on the screen because they're all filled up.
Yes.
All right.
Which Sammy's in that group, so I think.
And then we've got one more note, and this one comes from our lovely community coordinator, aka Sarah of the Nick.
Oh, sweet! We got a Sarah video.
Sarah Nichter here, and I'm the community coordinator at Sojourn Grace Collective. And most of you know that my family and I have been traveling the United States for the past 9 months. We're currently in Texas, and you can see R2V2 behind us. And we just finished a tour of Florida and Tennessee and Georgia and North Carolina. So we're in Texas, we're headed west. But I wanted to tell you about our next project that we are going to be participating in. And it's next Saturday at 3 p.m., next Saturday, May 1st at 3 p.m. And it's a Zoom party like we've done in the past with Unidos por Siempre. And they're the children's home that we partner with down in Tijuana, Mexico. It's run by a wonderful woman named Maria and her partner Panchita. And so next Saturday, we're going to have a Children's Day Zoom party. And Children's Day is an important holiday in Mexico where they celebrate the children. So in the past, we've been able to send money down so that Maria can help buy fun little toys and treats for the kids. So we're going to do that again this year as well. So there are 2 ways that you can participate. The first one is that you can register and you can come to the Zoom party and see the kids and interact with them virtually. The other way that you can participate is to donate money, and that allows us to send money down to Maria for the kids, and then any extra money would go towards supplies and provisions that are needed for the orphanage. So to register, please go to the website sojourngrace.com/unidos. You can also visit Sojourn Sanctuary, which is our Facebook group, and you can get the link there. If you have any questions, email me, Sarah, SARAH, @sojourngrace.com. Miss you guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Thanks, Sarah.
I said I was going to answer 2 questions, and then I blanked.
Books.
I'm going to look over here at the comments. Oh, go ahead and buy the book now. So we do have some time, so that's why I hadn't really plugged the buying the book, but I will start putting out a link. Colb's got the book right here. I chose this book for all kinds of very specific reasons, which I will lead you through as we go through our group, because there's no discussion guide that comes with this book, so I'm creating it. And so I'll help walk us through all the reasons why I chose this. I think it's going to lead to a lot of great discussion about all the things, spirituality, relationships. But the title is Love Big, The Power of Revolutionary Relationships to Heal the World. So that's going to be great. And yes, you can purchase it now. I will put out links and reminders and all of that. And we always offer to help people if they feel like that's something they can't do. We don't want you to miss out on a small group because you can't afford to buy a book right now. That's silly.
Church will buy it for you.
Yes, we will cover that for you if you can't afford it.
We do it all the time for people.
Yes,
It's all good.
so do not worry about that. Be a part of a group. And yeah, I'll link to it. What was my other answering a question? Buy the books right now. There was something else.
I don't know.
Crap. There's another question in there about small groups that I wanted to answer, but oh well. We'll figure it out. You'll ask it again. Right?
Yes.
Love y'all.
We did it.
People did the benediction a long time ago. Our Nottingham fam.
On YouTube.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will go to it and we will honor their
Yeah, go
efficiency
up to the...
and we will put it on the screen.
It was right when we started House Notes.
There it is.
Yeah, right up there, Holly.
Wow. Not only are you hours ahead, you are scenes ahead.
So we
all
can
right.
just,
Thank you, UK fam. We're going to follow you. Because you're a child of God. Because so is everyone else. We love you. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Karen says bye.